Coming up on Vegas Nation Blitz, a trip to Los Angeles did not result in a win for the Raiders. Frustrations are building in the locker room as the Raiders fall to 1-3.
I mean, I'm tired of losing. Just keep it 100. I'm tired of losing, man. And I feel like every day I go in there and I work my ass off. So eventually something got to give.
All eyes on Monday Night Football as the Green Bay Packers come to town. Vegas Nation Blitz starts now.
Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, this is Vegas Nation Blitz. Presented by DNR House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.
Raiders rookie quarterback Aidan O'Connell did not get a Hollywood ending in his first career start as the Raiders fell 24-17 to the Los Angeles Chargers. Not a lot has gone right for the Raiders in the first month of the season as the team has another primetime test coming up, taking on the Green Bay Packers on Monday Night Football. Let's get to our Chargers recap in Top Stories. Joining me now, as always, is Review Journal sports columnist Sam Gordon. And Sam, the schedule's a little bit different this week. The Raiders are resting up in preparation for the Green Bay Packers on Monday. But I do want to take it back to Sunday, talk a little bit about Aidan O'Connell and his performance. I think it's fair to put some of the blame at his feet for the loss, but it's his first start. And I think he showed some moments in the game. So what did you think of his performance overall?
Yeah, I'm with you, Jay. I think in the first half, it looked very much like a fourth-round pick, a rookie making his first start. I think the pocket presence, the pressure, I think he struggled, with some of that, and understandably so. In the second half, though, with the benefit of a quicker pace and some short passes, I think he found a little bit of a rhythm and showed a lot of poise, moxie. Him and Davante Adams' chemistry down the field, had a huge throw on fourth down that, of course, preceded the interception. So he's got to take better care of the football. But overall, the moxie, the toughness, I think the poise he showed in the fourth quarter, like you said, it gives you something to build on, gives you some intrigue at least moving forward, depending on Jimmy Garoppolo's status, not only this week, but the rest of the season.
Yeah, well, Sam, it's another week, another loss for the Silver and Black, and we saw it all. Like you said, there's turnovers, we saw some dumb penalties, and like we talked about last week, frustrations are certainly brewing in that locker room. So can they get it right against the Packers, or are we going to see the Raiders fall again in prime time at Allegiant Stadium?
Well, that's the question, right, Dre, is that this is a Packer team that's also trying to put it together. New quarterback Jordan Love taking over for Aaron Rodgers, and a team that's still trying to catch their chemistry at this point in the season, much like the Raiders. That being said, if you're going to commit penalties, untimely penalties, poor turnovers, if you're not going to block in the passing game, and if you can't get the run game going, Raiders still last in the NFL in rushing, it's going to be a long season. So you take away all those self-inflicted mistakes, and again, you're not going to take away all of them. This is football. The other teams are trying to make plays. You take away a portion of those mistakes, and the Raiders should be able to compete. Green Bay it has not found their footing yet. They need this game just as much as the Raiders on Monday if they want to keep pace in the NFC North. The Raiders should expect to get a very good effort from a well-coached team led by Matt LaFleur.
All right, Sam, thank you as always for that. We're going to kick it out to Adam Hill with this week's Fast Takes.
It's time for your Fast Takes, and the Raiders are struggling. 3 straight losses, getting ready for a Monday Night Football game against the Packers. One thing they were able to find out, Aidan O'Connell is probably not the answer right now. I think a lot of fans were looking at what he did in the preseason, hoping maybe he'd be a solution at some point if they want to pull the plug on Jimmy Garoppolo and change things up. He is not ready. He was standing in the pocket, holding the ball for a long time, which leads us to our second take. The offensive line really wasn't that bad on Sunday. I know you look at 7 sacks, you start to freak out a little bit, but a closer look reveals that several of those sacks, in fact, most of those sacks, were probably on Aidan O'Connell holding the ball too long and not having an understanding in the pocket of where to go. Doesn't mean Aidan O'Connell is never going to be good or is never going to be ready to play in the NFL or is a bust as a pick. I know a lot of people are overreacting. It just means he's not ready right now, and it made the offensive line look a little bad on Sunday. But their overall numbers are still pretty good for the season. I think they're still playing well. Don't freak out too much about the offensive line. But do start to freak out about this game on Monday night. The Packers are coming to town. Certainly it's a big game for the Raiders if they want to have any chance of saving this season, so it's important to get the win. But there's so many storylines. Anders Carlson against Daniel Carlson, the kicking matchup, the brothers going head-to-head, Davante Adams against his former team, Rich Bisaccia, the special teams coach of the Packers, former interim coach of the Raiders, still has a lot of friends in that locker room. A ton of things to follow this week as we get ready for Monday Night Football with the Las Vegas Raiders.
DNR House of Diamonds is Las Vegas's elite private office jeweler, the perfect bridge between internet pricing and a traditional brick-and-mortar jewelry store. We specialize in loose diamonds, natural and lab-grown, engagement rings, fashion jewelry, custom design, and jewelry repairs. We operate by appointment in our beautiful offices in the One Summerlin building, downtown Summerlin. Our great relationships with the world's largest diamond wholesalers and our low overhead saves you hundreds, if not thousands, on your purchase.
Now let's take a look at some key numbers from the Raiders' loss in Los Angeles. 1. Josh Jacobs found the end zone for the first time this season. Aidan O'Connell also had his first NFL touchdown. Both O'Connell and Jacobs scoring on the ground. 2. Max Crosby had 2 sacks in the game. 3. The number of fumbles for rookie quarterback Aidan O'Connell. 6. The number of sacks Chargers defensive end Khalil Mack had. Remember when he was a Raider? 7. The number of times Aidan O'Connell was sacked in the game. 8. The number of receptions for both Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams. Also, the total number of tackles for Max Crosby. Welcome back to Vegas Nation Blitz. While the Raiders look to get in the home win column on Monday, their roommates, the UNLV Rebels football team, have put together a 4-1 start to their season and are 3-0 at home. Beyond sharing Allegiant Stadium, the Raiders are strengthening the bond between the two programs. The Raiders donated $1 million to UNLV Athletics to show their support of the school's football program. And to celebrate the donation and partnership, UNLV unveiled the Al Davis team room at the Fertitta Football Complex. Thank you so much for watching this week's edition of Vegas Nation Blitz. As always, head on over to vegasnation.com to read all of the great work from our team. For the rest of our crew, I'm Leandre Fox, and we will see you again on Saturday for Vegas Nation Game Day.
Powered by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, this is Vegas Nation Blitz. Presented by DNR House of Diamonds, making luxury affordable. Located in the One Summerlin building in downtown Summerlin.